Most people today think that their next level of success is something they achieve or it's someone they become, but it's not. Our next level of success is letting go of who we're not. And you look at most people today, and most people today are walking around carrying a weight that they can't name. They're sensing a version of themselves that they cannot reach. And they're succeeding in ways that can't fully satisfy. And if you look at certainly the people that I work with, they wouldn't call themselves high performers, but the world would. When you're in the top 1%, you're a high performer, and most people that are high performers, they've won. I mean, most people in America, if you look at a worldview, we've won by the world's definition, but there's still a gap. There's still a gap that we feel. And so I think the work isn't about adding more. It's about removing what doesn't belong. And so our highest version isn't constructed, it's uncovered. Now, how do we do that? How do we release who we're not? I think the first thing that has to happen is realization. It's realization. And realization or recognition, it usually begins quietly. It's a recognition that the beliefs, the stories, the behaviors, the adopted beliefs, the inherited stories, the conditioned behaviors that we've been living with are not truly us. So it's a realization that this isn't me. This was never me. And so after realization comes the release. And the release happens the moment that the program is seen clearly. When I say program, I've started telling people recently, nobody lives up to their potential. Nobody. We live up to our programming. And so what's the programming? Well, it's those stories, those beliefs, those behaviors. And so once we see the program clearly, then it begins to lose its grip. And so the release happens not through force, not through willpower, but through awareness. The awareness that we don't have to carry and live with those stories, those beliefs, those behaviors anymore. And once you've had the realization and the release, then comes the return. And the return is what remains when the weight is lifted. And it doesn't feel like something new. It's something familiar. It was always there. And it's your highest version. Because your highest version isn't constructed, it's uncovered. And so why? Why is this important at this time? It's important at this time because maybe you're sensing, most likely you're sensing, there's a lot of turmoil in the world. And I like to look at it like so many people that have come throughout the centuries, and they've described it as it's a battle of good versus evil. And I know there's a lot of good people right now, and they're worried, they're upset at the world, and it's worrisome to look at what's happening, what's being uncovered, what's seeing the light of day. The evil has always been there. It's not like it's just new today. It's just coming out from under the rocks, from out of the caves, from out of the darkness, and now we can see it. It's in the light. And what's really, really important right now in this moment in human history is that those of us that intuitively know you're here to serve the light, you got to get rid of the distractions. You've got to release what doesn't belong to you. What doesn't belong to us. We're in this thing together. And so I shared this with a friend just a few moments ago. And it's, if there's a battle going on between good and evil, which there is, there always has been, there always, I guess maybe there always will be. But certainly it's happening now. And so if we're here and if you're here to serve the light, to serve good, then it's important that we recognize, well, how does the evil win? How does bad win? One thing is through distractions. And look at it like this. If you're on a professional sports team and you've got a big game this weekend, and let's say that there's no holds barred, anything and everything goes, what would the other team potentially go through, especially if they're evil? What would they go through to prevent you from showing up to play the game? I mean, imagine if they could get half the players to go out and get hammered and go to strip clubs and do drugs all night before the game and not even show up for the game. Well, that's an easy way to win. That's an amazing way to win. Great way to win. So you think of, how does evil distract? Well, evil distracts, one way evil distracts is through strip clubs and booze and drugs and social media and negative news and all that bullshit that exists out there to take your attention away from the battle at hand. Because if evil can get you and get anyone that's fighting for the light, if it can get your attention off of the real way to win the battle, and look at it over here and get you to be worried and fearful and afraid and worried about, is this going to be okay and is that going to be okay and all that stuff, well, it's hooked your attention. And now it's dropped your energy. Your energy's dropped. Now you're in the energy of worry and fear and scarcity and comparison and competition and all that stuff. That's a lower vibration. That's how the darkness wins. It gets you not even to show up for the real battle. What's the real battle? To shine the light. To elevate the frequency, the vibration of other humans. Starts with ourselves. And if we're worried and fearful and our attention's hooked and we're worried about the price of oil and what's going on in Iran and this and that and all this stuff, that's a great distraction to lower the vibration, our vibration, so that we can't shine the light. Distractions. That's a great way to get people to not show up for the battle. You know, and what does it mean to show up for the battle? This is the way I view it, is part of the battle is to uplift the vibration and the frequency of ourselves and other humans. It's to see someone that's in a dark space. It's to recognize it, and it's to uplift them and bring them out of it. And if we're afraid or we're knee deep in social media fear mongering and everything that's going on in the world, that's bad, then I mean we're gonna be like that person over there also. So we're not gonna be able to shine light and bring energy to the world, positive energy. Our next level of success isn't something we achieve. It's not who we become. It's releasing who we're not. We're not distractions. We're not fear. We're not worry. We're not all these things that are happening, competition and comparison. We're not all that. Who we are at our essence is divine souls, divine light, children of God. And we're here to shine that light and to release the stories, the beliefs, the behaviors that are not who we are at our essence. Shine the light. Release who you're not. Realization, release, the return. I hope this is beneficial. If it is, shine the light. Thanks for being here.